this meeting officially. I will start again since we are recording. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Thabang Redman. I am honored to be your Sergeant at Arms for the meeting this evening. My job tonight is easy, and that is to officially declare this meeting open. The theme for the meeting is anything is possible, and I'd like you to refer to your agenda that has our club promise, the ToastEd club promise. You can have a look at that, please. And at this point, I'm delighted to hand over to Justine Norman, our wonderful club president, to do the official welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Julia. Nice to see you. Hello, everyone online. Nina, Libby, hi. Nice to see you. Hi, Kelly. And I see someone called I am. Hello. We'll chat just now. Welcome, everybody. What number meeting are we this evening? 171. 171. And it's our 8th birthday. I don't even know if it's today or what day.
No, it's 24th.
24th.
Official on the 24th.
So we're celebrating a little bit early, but it's our 8th birthday this year, so we're celebrating, hence the balloons. And I have the wonderful Verity to talk to us just now about the reason she started our club and what it looked like 8 years ago and the journey that it's been going on from whatever year that was to now.
Yeah, thank you.
Thabang, thank you for welcoming us and opening the meeting for our meeting this evening, where the theme is anything is possible. We've got some beautiful icebreakers this evening and lovely speeches where I'm sure they are going to show us that anything is possible, the way that they speak and share their stories with us. So we're most excited for that. And we had some exciting birthdays very recently. It's Catherine's birthday on the 1st. Catherine, happy birthday. Wishing you many happy years to come. And then Verity, while we're on the topic of birthdays, would you like to come and share with us, please, about our special ToastEd birthday?
Thank you, Justine. And hello, everyone online. So good to be here, and actually quite surreal that 8 years ago, this started as an idea. And I think everything that is on this planet starts as an idea, but then someone or a committed group of people take action on, and then suddenly it becomes a reality. So this idea was born out of a conversation with TEDx to see if we could create a TEDx and Toastmasters club to help create or support people trying to do TEDx talks. So that was the original idea. And sometimes the original idea and what you end up with are slightly different. But it was an incredible journey where two very different organizations came together to see what we could do. And we charted very quickly with 20 or 25 members, 3 of which got to do TEDx talks in that year. I was one of them, which was amazing. And then we quickly realized that we were different organizations. And Toastmasters are far better at this volunteer, every month, running a meeting twice a month. The TEDx team are used to doing 1 event a year. So there was a happy disconnect, we'll say. What is it? A conscious separation. And it just carried on as ToastEd. And it has been extraordinary for me to watch how this club has been a home for many speakers, aspiring speakers, leaders over the years. And I had my baby while I was here helping this baby grow. And I left Toastmasters to become a mother in 2019. And quite honestly, that's where my journey would have ended if life had been up to me. But then COVID had another plan. And Paul was there. Gabrielle isn't with us tonight, but there was only about 6 members left at the start of 2020. The club was struggling. And they phoned me and said, we're going to close this club. And my ego stepped in and said, no, not on my watch. We are going to see if we can bring this club back to life. And with Paul and Gabrielle and Nick and Flor and Michelle, I'm trying to think, there was about 6 people online, on Zoom. We decided to see if it was possible to turn it around. And I will be forever grateful that you and the rest of the members at that point said yes, because that was a journey of showing that you can rebuild anything. And within 2 months of lockdown, we managed to get the 2005 world champion to come and do an online masterclass on speechcraft on our little club meeting, and 200 people showed up. And we were up to 20 members at the end of that meeting. And so we just kept figuring it out, innovating, working out how to make the most of lockdown in 2020. And literally as a result of that journey, I felt inspired in 2021 to take part in the club contest, having no idea that I would end up going the whole way and win the world championship online, because we were all stuck in our bedrooms. But so this club has changed my life from when I started it to now. I know the members. Alex, I don't think we've even met. Hi. I'm not the ghost member that doesn't make a lot of meetings. But I would hope that I'm proof that Toastmasters can completely change and transform your life. And it starts by being a club member, by saying yes to leadership opportunities and seeing where it takes you. So we're only here today because of the committee and the members that keep this club running. I have nothing to do with it really anymore, but I'm just deeply proud and so excited that an idea becomes a reality that we are celebrating 8 years later. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. You never live next door to me because you end up getting sucked into running a Toastmasters.
I have new neighbors now.
Don't say yes to anything.
Thank you, Verity. We treasure you, even though you are in the background. You always are there to help us. And I think all of us on the EXCO are so appreciative, because if there's something that we aren't sure of, you are the person we go to. So thank you. Our lovely guests, it's time to welcome you. So I'd just like to take a little bit of time. If you're online, please, would you mind turning your camera on so we can see your beautiful faces? And I'll just quickly go around the room, say hello to everyone. Just tell us what brought you here this evening and what do you hope to expect from attending this meeting this evening, and then we can hear from you that way. Okay, so I'm going to start with Jason. Would you like to share with us what brought you to Toastmasters this evening? Please, if you like, you can sit however you are comfortable.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jason Oliveira, and I'm a returning guest. Someone sort of said am I hobbling around, but it's true. Yes, I used to be a Toastmaster about 3-4 years ago. And the reason I'm joining is, pique my interest in terms of my career is going decently well, and Sean knows a little bit about it. And I think I'm here to get challenged on, like, what does 10x look like in the next 10 years? And Verity probably is attest to that. And that's really why I'm back at Toastmasters. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you. Saeed, would you like to share with us what brought you tonight? Besides Catherine.
For me, I think I have attended this meeting because actually I heard about it so many times, but I haven't attended. And I want to try a new experience. It will be new experience for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to also practice my listening. Yeah, and I want to improve it. That's the reason for me to come to Cape Town.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, welcome. I hope that Cape Town has given you a warm welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Fatima, would you like to share with us what brought you this evening?
Good evening. I'm Fatima. I'm student, English student in Cape Town. Ziad is my friend and my classmate. So he invited me to come here and improve our listening. So I'm here.
Okay, great.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And listening skills are so important. Everyone thinks we're here to speak, but often it's actually taking in what people are saying. That's the most important part. So that's great. Thank you. Now, Rata, you're a special guest of Eugene. What has brought you here this evening?
Eugene. Eugene told me about this a while ago. Sorry, everyone, my name is Namrata. I was once his classmate, then colleague, and now just best friend. And yeah, I'm really excited to see him go up, but also to meet a community of people in Cape Town that isn't like the typical community. And yeah, just everyone seems really lovely and excited to get to know.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for being here. Melina, what did you this evening?
Hi, my name is Bella. And outside of working this evening is I did a presentation recently for a project, and I don't think it was my best. And what I expect out of this evening is to be a bit more comfortable and yeah, see what the evening has to offer. So
Thank you. I think you probably did a great job, but we're just so hard on ourselves. We're our worst critics sitting there going, oh my gosh, you should have done this differently. But welcome. Thank you for coming. Ishe, I see you are online with us. Welcome. Nice to see you again. How are you? What brought you back?
Thanks, Justine. So, yeah, just visiting again. Yeah, and purely the reason for the interest in Toastmasters is to improve my communication skills.
Fabulous. Well, nice to see you again. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
And Kaylee, hi, welcome. How are you? What has brought you to Toastmasters? I think it's another Sean connection.
Hi, or I'm not too sure if you can hear me. The sound is a bit faint. Kelia, I'd intended to participate in person, but I had a meeting clash and so decided to attend online. Hopefully next time I can avail myself in person, but glad to be here. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for taking the time to come. Fabulous. Sean, it's now your time to shine, to welcome our newest member to our Toastmasters Club. She's also doing her icebreaker this evening. Oh, dear Anna. Anna, you're welcome to come up here and just have a quick introduction.
Okay. So Anna has recently joined Toastmasters to overcome her fear of public speaking. She grew up in Bloemfontein, where she spent 25 years, and then spent 25 years living in Europe, where she became fluent in German and Spanish. Anna is a realtor with Remax and deals with clients all day long. She loves hot yoga, whichever that is, walking in nature, and traveling. Ask no questions, hear no lies, right? In fact, she's just got back from Germany and Mallorca at the end of July, and she's off to Marbella on Friday in 10 days, and she said she'll bring a big suitcase for me to get in. So we have a club promise that we have to ask you to induct you, yes, okay. It's a bit like a marriage where you say I do, but it's not a marriage. So we welcome Anna to our club. Being a Toastmaster means more than simply making a commitment to self-development. Everyone who joins a Toastmasters club is making a commitment to the club, to its members, and the organization as a whole. Please indicate your commitment by saying I do to each of the points. You can say it all at the end if you want. I can say all the points, you can say I do one. Okay. As a member of Toastmasters International and ToastEd Toastmasters, do you promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of your projects to the best of your ability based on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow Toastmasters, fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positivity, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to willingly serve our club as an officer when called to do so, to treat fellow club members and guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that they can see the benefits that Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and the rules of Toastmasters education and recognition programs, and to act with the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. And there's 3 more pages, but you can now say I do.
I do.
Okay. Okay, so will you, the members of Toastmasters, pledge to support this new member in her quest for self-development, to provide her with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give her opportunities to help others, and to make Toastmasters membership a rewarding and filling experience? If so, please say, I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. Welcome.
And I'd love you to just quickly stand together so we can take a photo of you and as a mentor.
You got your camera.
Yeah, you can do it. My camera's not great. Please.
Another screen.
Perfect timing.
Perfect.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Anna. We look forward to watching your journey, as ToastEd, starting tonight with your icebreaker. I'd like to now take a moment to all of us to please raise our glasses so we can make a toast to South Africa and all her speakers. Can I quickly give you some water?
Yeah.
Sorry, thanks. Does everyone have a drink? You're all good. To South Africa and all her speakers. Cheers. Good luck to all of our speakers online, in person, all the table topic speakers, which we look forward to hearing later tonight. And it's my absolute honor to hand over to our very fabulous Sally, who is our Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you, Sally.
I feel privileged and nervous. Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster, and to all ToastEd members, and especially to our esteemed guests tonight. My role this evening is a Toastmaster, which basically is the MC for the evening. So I introduce the different roles as they come up, and I basically keep the meeting on track and on time. And so you'll hear my voice a lot this evening, and I will be okay. Anyway, all is good in the world. Anything is possible is our theme. So tonight, anything is possible for me too. So to the guests this evening and the new members, I've been a member for a year and I'm still shaking, but I'm up here. So anything is possible. Okay. And you'll see you've got a little chocolate on the table. Please enjoy. And especially even if you're not eating sugar, anything's possible tonight. Have a cheat evening. It's all right. So to keep it on time, I'm going to introduce our first role player this evening. Is what we call in Toastmasters the counter. And our counter is Libby, who's online this evening. I'm going to look in here, and I'm going to hand over to Libby to explain the role to you and how it works. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and Madam Toastmaster. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also be listening for filler sounds, including ah, I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I. This means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker has used these expressions. Wishing everybody all the best tonight. Thank you. Over to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Libby. Please go easy on me. The next role I'm going to introduce is our timekeeper, and this evening it's done by our lovely Justine. Justine is more than a timekeeper for ToastEd. She's a juggler and a complete, she does everything. But this evening she is the timekeeper.
But I can't juggle, so I'm not even going to try. The timer's role in Toastmasters is quite an important role because each person that speaks has an allocated amount of time that they need to speak. We've got icebreakers this evening, so those are slightly shorter speeches, which is 4 to 6 minutes. So at 4 minutes, I must get my colors right, it's the green card. At 5 minutes, it's the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, it's the red card. Yeah, that's right. So those are the icebreakers. Then for the general speeches, people who have spoken more than once and aren't doing their icebreaker, it's 5 to 7 minutes. So it's 5 minutes is the green card, 6 minutes is the yellow card, and 7 minutes. See, I cannot juggle. 7 minutes is the red card.
Just check.
Yeah. And in the international speech contests, so where Verity was 3 years ago, if you have this red card for 7 minutes, 31 seconds, you are disqualified. So if you're wanting to get to that point, it's really important to try and stick to that time so that you don't get disqualified. And this year in the World Championship, we actually had 2 people in the finals, disqualified because of their time, which is like, what? How can you do that? Anyway. And then we've also got the table topics this evening. So that will be when you stand up here and you speak, someone gives you a beautiful impromptu speech, you speak your heart out, you only have to speak for 1 minute. If you speak for 30 seconds, that's also fine. Just speak until you are done. But at 1 minute, it's a green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, it's the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, it's the red card. That means you're good, you can go, you can stop. But normally the green means you can stop.
And if you don't stop talking, you feel confidence. The club has already this purpose.
Yeah, exactly. And then evaluations is where each speaker this evening gets an evaluation. So someone is taking special note on everything that speaker is saying, and they feed back to the speaker, and it's all about growth, how they can improve, what they did well, what they didn't do so well, was there some swaying, was there lots of ums and ers, all those sorts of things. The evaluations, green comes at 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes, 30 seconds is the yellow, and 3 minutes is red. Red. Okay, thank you so much, Sally.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm actually a big chatterbox, and I joined Toastmasters to try and slow down my chatting. So tonight I'm trying to be slower and I'm more conscious, but in the outside world, I'm trying to be. Luckily, you don't time the Toastmaster tonight. Thank you, Justine. The next role player I'm going to call up is Catherine, who's our grammarian for the evening. Catherine is actually a special teacher of English, so she'll be the perfect grammarian this evening. Thank you, Catherine.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you. See, all the Springbok rugby team are going in there for meeting. It's quite nice to have the eye candy crossing behind. So yes, I'm the grammarian for the evening. It's a role that I like, being an English teacher. So I will be looking out for everybody's grammar, but don't stress too much, because I'll also be looking out for any lovely adjectives you might use, any great idioms or phrasal verbs that you throw in, any great sayings or quotes. And often people come up with a word that think, oh, wow, I haven't heard that word for donkeys yet, and it's such a beautiful word or phrase. So there'll obviously be the focus on the grammar, but there'll also be the focus on the positives and what we hear from many of you. So I look forward to the role. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Now on for what we all came to this evening for. One of the big parts we come to Toastmasters for is to hear people speak and to get better at speaking. And tonight I'm excited because we've got 2 icebreakers, which for guests means that the first time they're speaking in the club. And our first speaker this evening is Eugene, and he is doing a speech. His icebreaker is called An Introvert's Plan. Eugene, An Introvert's Plan.
I've
done the evaluator first.
Is there a word?
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I've done it the wrong way. Sorry, Eugene. I've done it the wrong way around.
You could breathe a bit more.
Word of the evening.
Yes, oh, sorry. It's a word of the evening. Thanks for reminding me, Julia. It's spectacular.
Oh, nice.
New word for you.
You can also come back up because you're going to do the. Sorry. Eugene. I'm supposed to introduce the evaluator first, who's going to evaluate Eugene's icebreaker. So Catherine will do.
So, Madam Toastmaster, President, fellow Toastmasters guests, and most of all, Eugene, we look forward to your icebreaker. We think an icebreaker is so exciting because it's an opportunity for us to get to know the speaker. So I'm not going to say too much because we look forward to hearing all about Eugene and what Eugene's all about. Eugene's speech is 4 to 6 minutes. It is his first speech. And I don't know whether it's a new Toastmasters format, but I see it recommends that I meet with you at some point afterwards and actually go through the evaluation with you. So I know you've got a wonderful mentor in Andrea, but I'm very happy to do that afterwards and go through everything with you. And I wish you the best of luck. We're super excited to hear your speech. Over to Eugene.
Thanks for that introduction, Catherine. It's spectacular to be in front of you, to be in front of you all here today as a member, finally. Thanks, Madam President, for all of the prompts and reminders. It's been worked here. So I'm here in front of you guys as a member. But the truth is, I made my decision to become a member the very first time I met with you all here. And it's not just because of amazing food and the lovely company, but it was because of all the speeches I heard that night. And it was the speech Paul gave, and something he said stuck with me. He said, when you don't know your limits, you can't achieve. And that stuck with me because I'm someone who's let limits get in the way of what I can achieve a lot. So just a bit of a background, I am an introvert. And for a long time, I thought that I got the wrong end of the stick when it comes to the personality scale. But that was because I was stuck adhering to all the negative limitations and misconceptions that people have about introverts. So what is an introvert? Let's ask anyone on the street, right? They'll probably say, an introvert is someone who's shy, or an introvert is someone who's reserved, or an introvert is someone who's no fun at parties. These are things that I believe being an introvert meant. But let's look at the actual meaning of what an introvert is. An introvert is simply someone who derives energy from being by themselves. And so an extrovert will probably hang out in a room like this all day, every day, and go home and feel energized. But an introvert like me will need to go home and be by myself and basically rest up and recharge my battery. But for a long time, I was stuck adhering to those incorrect limitations. Oh, I want that job, but I'm too shy. I'm an introvert. I would probably suck at interviews and yeah, I'll never get it. I'm not going to do it. Or I want to be healthy. I want a better body, but I'm an introvert. I'm too shy. I don't want to go to the gym and have all those fit people see me struggling and sweating and all of that. No, that's too much work. Or I moved to this new vibrant city and I want to meet more people and make more friends, but I'm too shy. I'm an introvert. I don't think I'll be able to make conversation with everyone. And so these were some of the limitations that I subscribed to, and I was blaming my personality type for it. But in reality, I think these were just excuses that I was making to avoid pushing myself. But once I challenged a single one of these limitations, everything changed. For example, overcoming my fear of committing to being healthier and exercising and having people see me sweat and struggle in the gym. It built up my confidence and I started to speak up more in meetings at work. And some more people liked what I was saying. So much so I was given more responsibility and considered for leadership roles. And so many of the limitations that are attributed to being an introvert have become irrelevant. And it's left me in this really interesting headspace where I'm like, what more can I achieve if my perceived limits don't matter? Anything is possible, right? Which is why I'm here in front of you today, tackling a very big limitation of mine, a very scary one, and that is public speaking. Being vulnerable and communicating my thoughts to an audience confidently and intelligently is a big goal of mine. And I'm lucky to have found the perfect club to do it and to learn from all of you here, home to a world champion. I think I won the lottery here. And so I'm curious to see to what extent I can tackle these limits. When you don't know your limits, you can achieve. Thank you, Paul. And I'm so glad you're here because this would have been a very awkward speech. Thank you, Paul, for that nugget of wisdom and for being my signal that this is the right space for me to grow. And thank you all for being welcoming. I look forward to learning and growing with you.
That was incredible for an introvert. I'm sure we need to fact check that. You're amazing. Well done. That was very brave and excellent. So nice to hear that side of the word. What a compliment. And I always say, you can never know how far your sparkle goes in life. The little words you put into people's lives can make a big impact. And so that's such a nice thing to be able to share. And great that Paul is in the room this evening. He was one of our overseas guests. I've always identified as shy. I am very shy, but actually my being, I'm an extrovert. I'm someone you can put at any table at a wedding, I always say to people, because I'm a chatterbox. But my parents always used to say, oh, she's shy. So I really get the shy thing, and I always think it's fascinating. But even as an extrovert, public speaking is scary. So moving us quickly along, I'm going to invite our next evaluator, Julia.
That was spectacular. And I think it's spectacular that I can introduce you to the lady of the evening, the icebreaker, what is Anna Gelher. And I'm very happy that she's doing a speech in English, but you're more than welcome to do it with me in German as well. Anna choose the pathway pursue with influence. What is actually very amazing, because it reflects very much what you will tell us and what the title of your speech of today is, My Road to Confidence. Anna Gelher, My Road for Confidence. I'm looking forward to evaluate you. Thank you, students.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Have you ever wondered, how is it possible that some people are just so confident to talk in front of a group of people? What is it? What is the secret sauce? I recently attended a 90th birthday party. A 90-year-old lady, she gave a speech, a fantastic speech in front of 75 guests. I was so impressed. And when I complimented her afterwards, she said, all because of Toastmasters. So I thought, well, if she can do it, then surely I should be able to conquer my fear of public speaking. My name's Anna, and I was raised and I grew up, I was born and raised in Bloemfontein. A week after matric, I went overseas and I lived in Europe for almost 25 years in Germany and Spain. My biggest takeaway from my experience of living overseas was actually that I became fluent in German and Spanish. And these language skills have helped me so much, have opened so many doors for me in my life. And I met very interesting people. I had to break the ice on many occasions. And I had to break the ice on many occasions. And I also made people feel comfortable in their language. I even did deals in a foreign language. And yet, isn't it strange that although I speak these languages, I don't have the confidence to speak up in a group of people, and on a Zoom call, I don't have the confidence. And this is bad for my business. So I returned to Cape Town in 2003, and I started working as a realtor with Remax. And I'm passionate about property. But in property, if you're passionate about it, you've got to show it. You've got to be confident, and you've got to, because that also shows that you're competent. So I recently watched a series called Owning Manhattan on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it. If not, it's worth watching. It's about Ryan Serhant, who's currently ranked as the #6 realtor in New York City. And I was fascinated by the way he presents himself and also his team. So the new millennials, or the new generation with their new
Gen podcast, it seems as though they've all been born with this confidence. And it resonated with me because I'm in the business. And I think if I had a bit more confidence, I would come across more competent. And this would ultimately lead to more business and, yeah, also more money in my pocket. So I've taken on the challenge to conquer my fear of public speaking. And I'm curious to see the progress. And in 1 year's time, who will I be? Thank you.
Well done, Anna. It's amazing. Well done, you. Congratulations. And always interested to see. I always think people who do it for a living, you assume that if they're selling house, they can speak in public. So you never know. And well done you for stepping up and into your fear. You're going to go great places. And I can't wait to see you on Cape Town's Best on Netflix showing. Our next evaluator is online, the lovely Nina, all the way from India, for the guests in the room. Anything is possible with our great tech. Excuse the one that's going in and out here. But so I'm going to hand over to Mina to introduce our third speaker, JT. Over to you, Mina.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Today, John is attempting his second speech from the first level in Dynamic Leadership Path. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Note to the timer, the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, John, and back to Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. And ask everyone to have a look around this room at all these spectacular people sitting there. Yeah. Can I ask everyone also just take a collective deep breath together? I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you smell that? Seriously. That's not me. That is a collective sense of the most powerful force known to mankind. In fact, it is so powerful that it is written, when it exists here on earth, God himself will command blessings. This force is called the power of unity. It is when people come together around a common cause and they get knitted and entwined and it creates an unbreakable bond. It is something that's really spectacular and it can achieve immense things far greater than we can ever think or imagine possible. So allow me to elaborate. I'm going to use history and I'm going to use the Bible. You can see Sean just got inverted goosebumps as I said that. The Bible is a powerful weapon when it comes to history, though, and I'm going to go to one more fact that unity, it states, has the power to still demand favor, regardless of whether it's being wielded for good or for evil. And because of that fact, it is so powerful that it can scare God. Does anyone in this room actually believe that? Mm-hmm. Do we have one? Anyone else? I didn't know that until I heard about the Tower of Babylon. Okay, it's documented in history, scrolled, written, signed, sealed, delivered. It happened BC, and it was when there was only one tongue, one language that everyone spoke. So essentially think of the entire world, every single nation in one place with one purpose, one mission, one goal. And that was to build a tower that was going to break through the spiritual realms into heaven. Okay. And at that time, humanity was so united, they were so fixated, they believed they could see these realms and that they were going to accomplish the unaccomplishable. That it scared God and he had to come and intervene, literally. And do you know how he intervened? Do you know how he stopped them? By breaking their unity. And do you know how he did that? Yes, giving everyone a different tongue, a different language. Can you imagine trying to build something and you throw a brick at this oak and you're saying, hey, look here, and the next minute he doesn't know what you're saying, and he gets hit with a brick in the face. It created shambles, and everyone went on their merry way, different tribes everywhere, and that was the end of the Tower of Babylon. Sounds crazy? A little bit too old, fairy tale-like. Okay, let's fast track. And we throw in a little bit of the tongue. Hitler, a modern day example of the power of unity wielded for evil. This man, rejected by his Jewish art teacher, went on to give the art motto, let's paint the town red, a whole new meaning by painting it red with the blood of 11 million Jews. How? With that hatred, passion expressed through the flicking of his tongue, he united the right people, which united a nation, and that resulted in World War II, the death of millions. Unity is seriously powerful, people. And it doesn't have to exist without conflict. In fact, it doesn't exist without conflict. It is the coming together of diverse individuals forming a collective whole, enriched by that, their differences, and welcome, very much like this environment right here. Like it's this right here, it's a powerful force. Let me give you an example. Think of a beautiful Greek mosaic. Each tiny little tile so unique in its texture, its color, its shape, but yet when all of them are combined, they create a most beautiful image that not one tile could ever accomplish on its own. That is the power of unity. So now you might be asking, why am I so passionate about this? Well, I've tangled with unity. I've experienced it in life. In fact, a group of mates and I, we created a group called the VVIP Rockstars. And at the time, it was in its existence was not for anything good. I mean, I'm going to be quite blank. It was all about sex, drugs, rock and roll. But we united it. And it was about a brotherhood, and that connection and the force that we had was just, it was just out of this world. And it became so contagious that people just wanted to be a part of it. They wanted to experience it. They wanted to have what we had. And to the extent where if there was an event or something happened, we would be invited to come just to be there, to be present. It obviously did help that there were a few influential and famous people in the group, but that was not what gave us our edge. It was the power of our unity. So you might be asking yourself, how can I be a part of something like this? And no, Sean, not a debaucherous group of villagers. We cannot unleash your big ego upon Cape Town with that force, it would break. I'm referring to a global unity, ignited by simple daily actions that we do through communicating, seeking people that we do not have anything in common with, and connecting with them on a deep level, seeking to really understand other people before responding, and being willing to lend a hand and to be supportive without expecting anything in return. These simple, small acts have the power, when carried out by millions around the world, to truly revolutionize and start something magnificent. So I have one question. Who's ready to unite?
Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. What an upbeat speech, and so fascinating to hear such different, such a different story. Amazing. Thank you for sharing with us. I hope we're going to create a good unity here at ToastEd this evening, because it's our birthday night, remember? So eat those chocolates. But in the meantime, we've got one more incredible speaker. I'm going to hand over to Libby, who's going to do the evaluation for Andrea. Over to Libby to introduce Andrea.
Hello again, everybody. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce Andrea to you. She is on the presentation mastery pathway. And tonight we're going to be looking at her vocal variety and her body language. I had a chat to her and she's hoping that the audience really gets her message. She's trying to convey, and she's also wanting me to look at her body language and her vocal variety, which she's working on. I would like to introduce Andrea, rolling the odds. Andrea, rolling the odds.
Thank you, everybody. Picture this: a dimly lit room, the scent of whiskey in the air, and a soft murmur of midnight chatter. After a spectacular dinner with about 10 friends, we landed up at a friend's apartment. His name was Jonathan. Now, Jonathan was very boisterous, loud, lived life on the edge, and he had a huge love for gambling and also a reputation for making very impulsive bets. And tonight was no different. Soon, the mood would change. Jonathan reached into his pocket and pulled out a set of dice. And with a very cheeky grin that only meant trouble, looked at all of us and said, I would like to propose a gamble. If any of you here in this room can throw 3 double sixes in a row, you can ask me for anything you want. But if you don't, I'm going to ask you. The stakes were high. I mean, this was ridiculous. The odds definitely not in our favor. Any fool would jump up at the task. No fool would jump up at the task. I didn't even recognize my own hand going up. My sister sitting next to me in my ear. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Andrea, are you crazy? Put your hand down. But while she was saying this, something was stirring inside me. I don't know if it was the tequila that I drank 20 minutes ago. There was an unshakable certainty, a sense of knowing. You see, this was not just a game. It wasn't a gamble. It was a moment to prove that only our limitations are the ones that hold us back. I had read The Secret, I'm sure many of you know, and it's all about creating your reality and setting your intent. And I thought, what a perfect opportunity to try this. Before we even got started, we decided to lay the ground rules because this is pretty hectic, okay? So we said, we're only going to meet the next afternoon to decide what it is that the winner wanted, giving us ample time to really think things through. It's quite a big ask. Right, grab the dice. The room quiet. The air thick in anticipation. That type of air that makes time slow down. I focused, a deep breath, and rolled the dice. Double six! Double six! Okay, I can do this. The crowd, huge gasp. Before anything happened, I grabbed the dice again. I was on a roll. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Rolled. Double six again! Wow. Okay, oh my goodness. My sister freaked out at this point. She pulled me out the room. She goes, this is enough. Enough! Don't do it. Are you mad? Are you crazy? You're going to regret this. Don't do it. But all of these doubts were her doubts. All of these fears were hers. They were not my fears or my doubts. Grab the dice one more time. This was it. I centered and focused and thought of very little except what I needed to do. I rolled the dice. Double six. Double six. You can imagine the room roared. People started laughing. I don't know if they were laughing at the impossibility of the act or if they were laughing at poor Jonathan because he didn't know what was going to come his way. And possibly, hopefully, for him not to gamble again. Reckless. Jonathan grabbed the dice, started questioning the fate. Something wrong with this dice. Looked at it as if it was some kind of strange artifact. Something wrong, something wrong. The next afternoon we met. It was lunchtime. Jonathan sat opposite me, his face very worried. Put the keys to his Porsche on the table. I grabbed the key. I said, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to have a lot of fun. But I said, this is not what I want. And I said, I want you to invest in my learning. I want you to put me through a Photoshop course. In those days, it had just come out. I want you to invest in the best software that I need. And I want you to put me through this entire thing so that I can stand on my own and start a new journey. Well, he had a bit of a sigh of relief on his face, but what seemed like a simple ask from him was life-changing for me, because I used the skills that I studied and learned to land my first job at a model agency as a photo retoucher. And to this day, at my own agency, I use these skills. When I think back on this very crazy night, I realized something very, very profound. In order to make the impossible possible, you have to have this unwavering belief with no doubt. So I challenge all of you. What's holding you back? What limitations are you putting on yourself? Do you hesitate to chase your dreams? To open that business? To ask for what you truly want? Perhaps it's time for us to roll the odds in our favor. Because when you let go of doubt and you embrace the power of intent, you unlock the magic and make the impossible possible. Thank you.
Verity, watch this space.
Watch out, Toastmasters.
Andrew, was incredible. I really enjoyed that story. You are such an inspiration. Thank you for sharing with us. On a personal note, my daughter went for job shadowing at Andrew's model agency, and she'd done another one somewhere else, and she came out and she said, Mom, they're amazing in there. They're so organized. And she gave a special thanks to Andrew, who took her and really spent time with her. Such a great gift. Thank you. Making her life anything possible in her life. Thank you for a young person to be inspired. Next, I'm going to be calling upon Justine again to give us some time. Justine, thank you.
Wow, amazing speeches, everyone. Congratulations. Can all breathe a sigh of relief. It's done. Amazing speeches tonight. Eugene, you were 4 minutes, 7 seconds. Anna, you were 3 minutes, 46 seconds. JP, 6 minutes, 41 seconds. And Andrea, 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Thank you very much.
What an incredible evening we've had. I always think, I haven't been to many clubs before, but before I joined ToastEd, I did go visit a few. But I always find it fascinating at ToastEd because I think it's kind of like, are these people beginners? Like, the standard is so high, and especially tonight having 2 icebreakers that was such a high standard. So the guests in the room, don't put it off. Anything is possible. But it has been an incredible evening this evening, and thank you for sharing your speeches with us. And I look forward to the second half of the evening after we're going to do our vote now, right? At one minute, we're going to do our vote, and then we're going to have an interval, and then we come back and we hear from the evaluators of how that went. And then after that, we have an incredible time of table topics where you can all have a turn to be up here and center stage and enjoy your sort of 1 minute of success. And it all starts with 1 minute. of success. Nothing to gamble, nothing to lose, just enjoy it and be up here for your one moment of glory, they say, or nerves, but it's great learning. So we use a QR code, for those of you who know, point your camera up there, click on your boat. Super tech we are. I see a few notes going around. I forgot to mention the woohoo notes are a great way to give people compliments and to give people some insights into their speeches. You can write a few notes and pass them around. There's no harm in that. It's always good to get a bit of encouragement and easy way to give people feedback as you might be pressed for time in the interval to connect with them. It's always nice to go home with a few woohoo notes. Birthday evening. If you like bubbles, there's some complimentary bubbles. Otherwise, there's tea, coffee, and refreshments outside. And hopefully the snacks are out. We're going to reconvene in 30 minutes. So it's around about 7:30. We can be back. Is that right? Yeah. We're a bit early, running a little bit early on time, which is good. But you can, what's that? Oh, and there's the people on Zoom. We're going to have a little breakout room for you guys to be and have little chats, connect in. Everyone else can mingle outside and connect and get to know each other and enjoy the interval. Thank you. We asked for a little birthday celebration. They've exceeded our expectation. Wow. And we are also very honored to have Verity here. So we're going to ask Verity to do the cutting and the wish for the next 8 years of this. Not myself.
Only a big 5-year-old birthday party. So we don't take all the time. What are we wishing for, everyone? Anything's possible. Anything is possible. So I'm wishing for ToastEd to continue going from strength to strength, and for ToastEd to be maybe the first club in the world to produce another world champion, which after watching tonight's speeches is completely possible. So let's put that into this. Wow. Happy birthday. Should we sing? Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear ToastEd. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, wow.
Should we so someone cut it in the background and we can hand it around. Is that what we'd like to?
Let's just put the camera back on you. So
I was going to move the camera, get the tech back online. Is it soft and delicious and
it feels delicious.
I'll try and get them to bring some napkins, and you can take a piece home if you don't want to eat it here. So take some for your friends and family because it looks like there'll be more than enough for us. Right, so that we keep in time and on time, I'd like to ask Catherine, our evaluator, who is our first evaluator, to come up and give us some feedback on Eugene's speech. Thanks. Thank you, Catherine.
Thanks, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, members, guests, everyone, and most of all, Eugene. Eugene, an introvert's plan. I think what an intriguing topic you chose, and even when I saw that topic on the agenda, sorry, my voice is a bit. When I saw that topic on the agenda, it totally grabbed me. Like, oh wow, an introvert's plan. So I really, really encourage you to carry on coming up with such interesting topics that grab us. Very good. I think it was a very intriguing speech, and I think what grabbed me most of all was that you were vulnerable in your speech, and you shared with us. And I think I know we're living in an age that is quite open emotionally, so it was lovely to see a man, actually admitting that he's very shy and that he is an introvert. So well done for coming through with that kind of authenticity and that realness and that vulnerability. I think it was something very special and very beautiful. Sorry, my eyesight's going as I get older. And also I applaud you for your honesty. I think naturally, I think everyone probably feels that with Eugene, is you've got an incredible warmth. I know when I walked in this evening, just that lovely embrace and I think that came out very strongly in your speech, your warmth. And I think at the end, when you ended, you were very connecting. You ended with you had a very powerful ending where you said you were very happy to be part of this community and us, and you made your ending very powerful, very inclusive, and very grateful for the community that you joined. And I think that's all lovely. Yes, some points to work on is I think that you spoke way too quickly. And because you have got such a lovely warmth and a very definite presence and a beautiful smile, I think really, really work on slowing down that pace. I think you could also vary your vocal variation. Sometimes if you look at very experienced speakers, they often do it very well where they can speak very loud and then very soft and pause and what have you, and just use your space a lot more next time. And I think some open hand gestures, feel free to kind of let go of the hands a bit. Hey? Yeah. So loved your vulnerability, loved your admittance that you were shy, the authenticity, the honesty that came through. I just also feel that we could have got to know so much more about you. So when you finished, I didn't quite feel that I'd got to know enough about Eugene. What floats your boat? What are your hobbies? What is your work all about? What opinions do you have? Do you like and not like? You know what I mean? So I think don't feel afraid in other speeches to bring that through a lot more strongly so that we get to know you quite a lot better. And yeah, but I think for a first speech, as I say, a very good effort, and I think a lovely and an intriguing choice of topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Well done, Eugene. Icebreaker's over. You can now move on to bigger and better things. Show us what you're made of completely. More and more. Congratulations again. Our next evaluator was Julia. And I'd like to call Julia on to give us an evaluation of Anna.
Anna Gellner, congratulations for your first speech. I'm very happy that you got up here and that you actually gave the speech you gave. You introduced yourself with a very lovely tone. Your positioning was very nice. So you caught your audience with your eyes. They were listening, they were waiting what you had to say. You spoke very softly and very gentle, what makes us all very comfortable while we were listening to your words. And then the gestures was, remember you stood here, you were the peaceful person, just telling everyone how you think you could be better. Wow, that was so wonderful. You are the real estate person, and I definitely would buy a house from you. What you could work on, what you can challenge yourself is using your gesture and your body language in. I was in Spain and I was in Germany and I spoke to Paul. Paul, you will buy a house for me?
No. I will sell you a proposition.
And then you come back, your position says, oh, we got a deal. So I think you're not far from exactly getting there. So I like to challenge you next time you stay here. Say to the camera, I love myself, I have the confidence, and I'm a real estate in 3 languages, and I will be the top real estate person in Cape Town. You want to do this? She is. Go ahead for the next speech. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Always bringing life to our party and to our amazing club. Julia, such warmth and always great insights. Our next evaluator is online, and Amina is going to evaluate JP. Do you want to stand up by the camera, or can you see each other? Can you see him, Amina?
I'm not able to.
Can you wave there?
Over there. Okay. I see the tripod just in front of him, but that's fine. I can see the audience. Thank you for waving. I can spot you there, John.
Let me see if I can.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much for that setup. Thank you. Hey, John, I have 4 things that I like the most in your speech and 4 suggestions that I feel could have added a lot of impact for your delivery and the speech. First thing first, the first thing that I like the most is how you eased yourself and brought the audience together to that simple exercise. Breathe in, breathe out. Through that activity, you made me to feel the general purpose of the speech, which is the power of unifying people. Second thing is how you took the storyline. You set the context of how things were made, put people apart with different languages, that was the intention of God. And then the bad thing that happened when people unified for bad things, it could be the story of Hitler's, and the good things that happened through your personal story when people unified for the good. The flow of context was really good. The third thing is we're very comfortable. At the start, though, you seemed a little bit tense. Then you got very comfortable. You were like you're connecting the conversational style with the speakers. I could feel that comfort as you said the story in the later part. And also you had good audience connect. And the most important thing is, as much as you spoke about your specific message, power of unity, you made me to feel it when, at the end when you asked, are you ready to unite? And me being online, I wanted to say yes, and I did say that. So you made me to feel the power of unity through your speech. Now, 4 things that I feel could have enhanced your delivery. First, you seem to keep moving. You can make efforts to place your feet planted. A conscious effort in the long run will help you to use the stage so that it doesn't distract the audience. We are way more focused on the delivery aspect while we're listening to your story. The second one is to connect the dots and bring the contrast. When you spoke about Hitler, you had high chance of using the stage and bring a contrast of the same timeline. How about Japan when it was destroyed to Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb blast? People united to bring the city. So when you bring in contrast of good and bad of same timelines, we as audience get to understand the bad and the good, and we get to feel the message a bit more deeper, the power of unity that you spoke about. The third thing is you also mentioned about the action items, but in the end, you mentioned, are you ready to unite? You could have gone a little bit deeper to say, after bringing these contrasts, are you ready to unite for the good, for the benefit of the mankind? And the fourth thing is the stage usage. As much as you are planted in one side, make conscious effort to divide the stage into two. Towards your right, you can speak about the bad, where people united for the bad, and towards the left, go ahead and speak for the good, where people united for the good, come front and then share the message. Overall, I like the exercise activity that connected the audience, the flow of the story, and the specific and the general message through which the objective of the project was met. Try to have your feet planted, connect the stories through contrast that creates deeper impact, use the stage, and then come forward to share the message. With that, best wishes for your upcoming speeches, John, and back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Put the camera back. Thank you so much, Amina. Always inspire me how well you listen, and your incredible evaluations, always giving us so much value. Thank you, and well done, JP. You've come such a long way. I didn't know you before when you remember, but seeing you since you come back, I can already see the growth in you. Congratulations, very inspiring.
Brownie points, yeah.
More brownie points.
I've got a good mentor.
Oh, it's the mentor. Sorry, your talent, don't you worry. Now, our next evaluator is the lovely Libby, also online. So I'm going to turn the camera to Andrea, so you can see. Huh? You can see. Well, they like to see you. Be able to see you. Maybe they'll see you. Libby, can you see Andrea?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Andrea, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Not Andrea, am I right? Andrea. Andrea, what an honor it is for me to evaluate your speech. That was, in my opinion, one of the best speeches I've heard in my time at Toastmasters. Thank you for taking us on such a captivating journey of your life-changing story with your reckless, boisterous, gambling friend, Jonathan. One of your goals was to make sure that we, the audience, got the message you were trying to convey. And I think you achieved this in bucket loads. This was a memorable speech that we are not going to forget. Your opening set a wonderful scene. We could feel the atmosphere. And what I loved particularly was your pace. It was like the heartbeat of your speech. You had a lot of vocal variety, and you changed the volume and the pitch, and you had a good use of pauses. You had us wanting and waiting with anticipation for what was going to happen next, and there was good use of your body. I loved how you brought your sister into the story. It was so pacey and lots of action, and suddenly there was the caring sister, full of fear and doubt, but you were resolute and intent on your decision. You used some beautiful descriptive words like a sense of knowing, a moment to prove, atmosphere that was quiet and thick with anticipation. You had me captivated. You picked up the pace once more after the second throw. And then if I could give a suggestion here, this was when I felt a change in your pace and in your delivery. If you could just focus on that wonderful pace and keep it going all the way through to the last dice, so that you leave us up there with the pace, even if it is not as intense. Maybe sharing some of your own emotions, what you felt like when you threw that third one. Maybe you and your sister could have jumped up and given you a hug. Or you could have just fallen back and used the stage. I mean, you had actually done the secret. Your intention had been fulfilled. And when you met with Jonathan, maybe you could use a little bit more local vocal variety there. Maybe you could have had him sweating because he was about to see you drive off in his beautiful Porsche. Your message was wonderful. And just to sum up, vocal variety, excellent. Use of body language, excellent. Watch that beautiful pace. Keep that heartbeat going right into the end. And you ended with the most wonderful call to action for all of us that we will remember. You used the pause nicely there. Brace the power of intent and make the impossible possible. Thank you, Andrea. And I look forward to many, many more brilliant speeches from you.
Thank you, Andrea. Andrea. I'm going to say it wrong. I've got it in my wrong head. But thank you, Libby, for an incredible evaluation. Yes, the power of a story. There once upon a time, there was a shy girl who stood up to be Toastmaster. Anything can be a story, but having that power of storytelling, you've got it. You're going to go, you're incredible. He had us all absolutely captured with that speech. And so next, the exciting thing is we call upon things again. The Toastmasters all about time.
I thought it was going to be exciting something else.
It's always time.
Catherine, your evaluation was 3 minutes 9 seconds. Julia, 1 minute 48. Mina, you were 3 minutes 36 seconds. And Libby, 3 minutes 44 seconds. Thank you so much. They were so insightful.
Thank you, Justine. We're going to up the body language. We're going to up the tone. We're going to introduce table topics for the evening. The fun part of the evening. It's our party night. It's our birthday. We've got Paul, who's here to entertain us with our table topics. He's going to come up and explain to you the role. Thank you, Paul.
Well, good evening, everybody in the spectacular audience. I mean, if I knew it was a birthday, I would invite you, I would put rock and roll and invite you to teach how to dance the rock and roll, how to swing them around the arm, under the legs, and above the toes. When I was 18, I was sailing, and rock and roll was just to calm me down in the evening. No, I'm joking. No, I'm just serious about that. Now, table topics is fun because it allows you to express yourself in 2 minutes. You make like a mini speech, you know? You start with entrance, body, and then end. And try to have the whole look coming around. Please don't be scared. Just do it. You know, and I have a few people who want to do it. And I got a few people in mind that maybe not on the list, and I would push them to do that. So, Talisha, come here. Nice to meet you. So normally you choose a number, but I will choose for you.
He's not controlling anything.
If you die today, what dreams, what books, what story, what voice will die within you? So repeat. If you die today, what dreams, what story, what books, what voice? It means that you haven't achieved what you want to achieve. So that's the message. Jeez. The floor is yours.
Okay. I'll take my glasses off. Okay. So I honestly thought I was going to die last week because I got really sick. No, I'm joking. I wasn't really going to die, but I felt like I was, like very weak, and I'm not used to feeling like that. One, because I don't get sick often, and two, this time it was really bad. So I was also very frustrated, and
it got me thinking about this actually, like all the things that I want to do, but I'm not strong enough to do it. And there's so many things. So, I mean, I'm someone from a very conservative background. Those of you who are here for my icebreaker, you will know that I came from a very sheltered family, and I'm the complete opposite. I just want to do everything. So I think that if I had to die today, that kind of drive and will to do things and explore, that will die with me, or the voice would die with me. And those are the things that I really want to do before, I kick the bucket. So sailing a boat, flying a plane. It sounds ridiculous, but anything is possible, right? So yeah, that's me. Thank you.
No, my wife married me because I'm different. And that was the first time that she saw me. I said, you're different. And that's the reason why she married. But she never knew that I was so different. And now she regretted it. But because I'm traveling around the world, and she said, you're never home. Now, it's not about that. I want just to challenge two people now and to come together. So I got Catherine and Julia. Please, can you join? Okay. Well, then I would say Anna and Catherine, you come together. Yeah, both together. Yes, I mean, instead of three months, okay? And I would like to challenge you, both of you. So it's like a role, A and B or whatever. And no, it's not difficult. Just tell you and try to go up and up against each other. Last time you try something new. Just
like having a conversation.
Yeah, yes, and try to pull out of the other person, the best out of the other person. So what's the last time you try something new? Just try to pull it from God. Yes,
3 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, well, 3 minutes, fine.
Okay.
You can take even 4 minutes.
So Anna, wow, I mean, this is quite a topic, hey? What was it last time you tried something new? Was it tonight?
Yes, definitely.
Was it? Yeah. And how did you find it?
Yes, it was quite challenging.
Yes.
But it was a good exercise, definitely.
Yeah.
Try and get over my fear.
I actually love change, and I love trying new things, but I don't get down to actually doing them enough.
When was the last time that you did something
new? I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, let me just think. I think the last time was when I decided to go riding on Nordic Beach. And this is a true story, by the way. And I went with some students, it was about a year ago, and all the horses took off with us. And there was a storm, and the bramble beads were rolling into the horses. And the one that I was in, because it put you off, Saeed, threw me into the sea. And it was winter, and the waves, I'm not joking about this big, and I was standing there like a drowned rat. And then it ran off, and I had to run after it, and all of us fell off. So I don't know that I enjoyed doing it, but I love horses, and I haven't ridden for ages, so it was good to challenge myself to get back on a horse. Yeah.
Brilliant that you did it.
Yeah, and anything else? I mean, I know that tonight you took the plunge, well done, you're great, it's lovely to have you with us, but anything else that you've tried that's new recently?
Recently I did a yoga teacher's training. So that was also something new for me, and also teaching in front of 17 yogis.
Wow.
So that was quite a challenge.
Yeah, because I know how much you love yoga,
Yeah.
and now you've taken it to another level.
Yes. Well,
yes. So you're going to be teaching yoga?
Not yet, but it was just to also try and get over my fear of public speaking.
Yes, yeah. And have you sold any new houses or flats yet?
Yeah, there's always something in the pipeline.
Okay, great. Well, I'm just thinking you're a good agent.
Yes.
Okay,
sure.
Thank you. Well, I tried something new with my sons about 4 weeks ago with the opening, and then I want to surprise them. jump out of a plane. I will never ever do it again. I mean, we were three in the plane and with a kind of parachute and a guy behind. So you have to put your legs like that. And there was no way of return because my son jumped the first and I was the second and my other son was pushing me. I tell you, I was so scared. I mean, with paragliding with the skis is okay, but jumping out of the plane at 3,000 meters, I mean, no. No, but I mean, but on my bucket list, but I will never ever do it again. So yeah, I try new things. Okay. Where do I go? I got you there. Julia, please. You want to? Let me find something fun for you. You want something difficult or?
Yes, I just want to understand the question.
Okay, what do you imagine yourself doing in 10 years from now? So close your eyes and tell us where you are, what you want to do, and just tell us the story, and try to excite us, okay? 10 years from now.
So every one of you closes your eyes. Now, breathe in. This is called expectional unity. Eugene, thank you so much for this. Because you give the introduction to exactly where I see me in 10 years. But not only me, but seeing all of you in this world, being united together, joyful, Paul. I know you do your part to that, because Paul is always joyful. You agree, Justine? Coming back to me, I love to talk about me. Sometimes I try to avoid it because I steal someone else's show. Honestly, I love to do that as well. So filling a room with my voice, filling a room with my existence, but then getting everyone with me, that is actually the ultimate pleasure. And that is when I say I like to be united with you together in 10 years' time. That is something what excites me. That is something what excites me when I get up in the morning, when I take my guests, when I travel whole Southern Africa with them, when I get to feel the bush, but more the people. So in 10 years' time, I love the idea to be here with you, having another world champion in speaking. What do you think? Oh. Are we doing this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just play this game.
Thank you. Now, who in this room is 35? Are you 35? Are you 35? Yes, okay, now you come up.
No, I'm not 35.
No? Are you 35 or not?
No.
Okay, who's 36? Who's 37? Now, don't tell me that you have to go to up to 80, yeah? Who's 38? Okay, who's 20? 25. Okay, 25. Okay.
Happening because I'm 25.
No.
Happening because I'm up here.
No, but I got good news for you. Imagine you receive a check of 50 million rand tomorrow. What would you do? Imagine you receive a check of 50 million rand tomorrow. What would you do?
You. Do you know what I think about this every day? At least once. What would I do? Would I give it to my parents? Would I give it to charity? Would I go, hey everybody, we're going to Spain. Let's do it. Let's have I'm gonna party up, but let's go have a great meal by the sea. First class, just because 50 million rand's a big number, Paul.
Well, you have to think big in life, If you think small, you remain small. I first wrote 10 million, but I said 10 million is too little. So 50
million. Yeah. You could probably do that in 10 years now. I'm being cocky. 50 million. I wouldn't buy a Porsche, I don't think. I'd probably buy a house because I've never owned a house. Nobody in my family has. I'd probably buy everybody a first class ticket to Spain, which is, as you can all tell, where I want to go. It's a good question because I often can't think past my own nose. So I'm glad that you asked it because I actually don't know. And it's something to go home and think about today. What would I do with 50 million rand?
We still have time for some. Okay.
I think he said he put his name down to everybody.
A big question for you. Oh no, you're a big man. You got 2 minutes and put it all together. I'll try. No, don't say I try because you're feeling before you start. Just say I do it. Okay. I'll do it. Okay. What's missing in your life? What's missing in your life?
Good evening, everybody. And thank you, Paul, for the question. What's missing in my life? Ooh. There's a lot of things missing. I'm sure you guys are missing what that sound could have sounded like, right?
Ching ching.
A baby? I thought of a baby. 50 million.
50 million, right?
Unity.
Unity. A lot of things are missing in my life. And the question I always ask is, how can I fill that void with the things that I need? Because there's a things in life that we want and we think that's missing, but I really need to discover what I need. It's in the middle that I will find peace, happiness, joy, family, connection. Those are the things missing in my life, and I'm working every day to get them. Thank you.
We're finishing.
I see Ruth has just joined online. I don't know if you
Oh,
want him to maybe.
hello,
do
Ruth.
one.
Good afternoon. Sorry. Ruth? Okay. Please put your speaker on. The microphone.
Unmute.
Unmute.
You will look at the camera, Paul.
Look at the camera. Okay. Unmute, please. Is she unmute? Can you hear us?
No, ask him to unmute. And then you can host it.
Unmute. We can't hear you.
There you go. You can speak now.
Okay. Can you speak now? Yes, Ruth. So I know Ruth from.
I don't think we can hear him. Ask him to say something.
Can you please say something? Just say hello. We can't hear you. Please say hello.
And then they can hear us. Oh.
Maybe do one more person while they try and sort out their sound. It's their sound.
Can you try to? Okay, this is a friend of mine, and her child is 7 years, so that will be the most junior in the whole room. Yeah. So I just want to welcome her and to give the son an icebreaker. Not icebreaker. Toast. Ruth, we can't hear you. Make your magic working, please. We can't hear you. So
maybe do someone else while they transfer out to take the picture.
She's joining with a different device. Let's see if that works better.
okay, fine. I try to encourage. Okay. Now we're starting. Okay.
The other one.
I'm going to mute the other one. Tell her to turn her sound off her laptop.
Okay, turn the sound off your laptop, please.
Mute your laptop. Okay, try now.
Okay, just try to speak again. Just say hello to everybody.
Okay, hello?
Yes, okay, there we are. So Ruth, we want to welcome your son. What's the name of your son? Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Takalo.
Sikalo.
Takalo.
Takalo, how old are you? Or how young are you?
Hi, I am 8 years old.
No, you're not 8 years old. You're 8 years young. That's what you are. Takalo, I got a little question for you. And you have 1 or 2 minutes. And I know that you like to go to the theater. And I got a question for you. Tomorrow is the birthday of your mother and you want to surprise her. What are you going to do? So my question is, tomorrow is the birthday of your mother. What are you going to do? You got 2 minutes. Just do whatever you want. Imagine whatever you can do for your mother. You got all the money in your life. You can do whatever you want. Just surprise her, please. Takalo.
Instead of spending a lot of money, I would make a little birthday surprise or even buy a ticket to let her mother visit PE or even just go out and go to a restaurant and have a little meal and go home and just watch a movie and have fun. I would also just surprise her with a bit of gifts, a birthday cake, and other stuff. I would also tell her we can go somewhere, ask her where she wants to go, maybe do a game, do laser tag, because laser tag is in Victoria Park. Maybe just sit down and talk about how is work and how is stuff going at school and other stuff. Read a book. And just play card games. And tell her how much I love her.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a sentence.
So I would also just in the morning give her a big hug to wake her up. I also know how to cook, so I would maybe cook a meal for her. Tell her she can go out and do something, or maybe she can also go out and have fun with her friends or her brother, or even go to South Johannesburg and have fun with her brother or sister or just her friends or family.
Well, I think that's very
Thank
grateful.
you. I am done.
No, you're done, and it's very very grateful to love your mom so much and to say a big hug, to come in the morning to give her a big and even cooking for your mom. I wish, ma'am, I was like you when I was 7 to have the guts to speak in front of a whole audience. Well done, and we're definitely looking forward to see you next time again. So please join the club You will learn a lot because you want to learn in life. Your mom told me that you want to be a public speaker one day. So please come and join us with your mom. You're always welcome, but you did very, very well. Thank you very much.
That's table topics for the ones who've never seen it before in action. Was that not fun? It always brings the room to life, and it always just lightens the whole mood. Don't you agree? It's where we all start as table topics, and from there you go on and on and on. As you've seen tonight, it's been a really, really good example of the different stages of Toastmasters and what it can do to people, self-esteem, what it can do to their confidence, and how it can change their life one speech at a time. So now we're on to the sort of ending of our meeting, where we get the timekeeper's report once again of the table topic speakers. Over to Justine again. Thank you.
Great table topics, Paul. Thank you. And Takula, well done. That was a great table topics. Wow, I'm impressed. I think it's our youngest Toastmaster guest that we've had ever in history.
Yeah. Match, 8 and 8.
8 and 8. Yay. It's meant to be. Felicia, your time was 1 minute, 18 seconds. Anna and Catherine, that was so great. I loved how you sort of like bounced off each other. Well done. Nice challenge. 2 minutes, 18, because you did have 4 minutes, so we're not counting that you went over. Julia, 1 minute, 36. Namrata, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Jason, 1 minute and 11 seconds. And then Ruth and Takalu, yeah, it was over 3 minutes, but we're also not counting that. So well done.
Thank you, Justine. And now we're on to Libby. Is going to give us the feedback of the I'm sure I'm very guilty. Over to you, Libby. Sorry. We're going to just quickly vote so that
Thank you,
Justine
Madam Toastmaster.
Sorry,
It's
Libby.
been my pleasure.
Libby. Sorry, 1 minute. We're just going to vote quickly so Justine can do it in the background in between you. So just give us 1 minute. We're going to put up the QR code and then we're going to have you on. Okay? Oh, yeah. So this one you're voting for the table topics and the evaluators. Everybody done? Anybody else still needing to do it? Okay, Justine.
Sorry, thank you.
Just changing the screen back, Libby. Okay, back to you, Libby. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. This role, for those people who are new, is not to frighten anybody off. Luckily no one's counting me. So I share these with you, Tabang, who was our Sergeant at Arms, no ums and ahs. Justine, 1 3 yas. Sally, 3 ums, 3 Sally, you started off with them and then towards the middle and the end you said none. So you just got to get rid of those nerves. Catherine, 13 8 so's, 3 yas. Eugene, 1 1 so. Anna, 2 ums, 2 so's, 2 yas. JP, 1 ah, 3 ums, 1 so. And just to say that our wonderful table topics participants including our table topics master. I didn't catch any crutch words there. And our Julia, Mina, Andrea, Paul, and Sean, no filler words or crutch words. So that's inspiration for the rest of us that are trying to drop those filler words. Thank you for setting the tone for the rest of us going forward. Over to you, Madam Toast.
Thank you, Libby. Always amazes me how you hear them. I don't hear them. I just don't even feel them, don't hear them, but I definitely know they're there. Thank you for highlighting, and again, reiterating that it's not to catch us up and to be school-like. It's for it's a safe space for learning and to only get better and better. That's what Toastmasters is all about and why we stand up here. Next, I'd like to call upon Catherine to give us our grammarian report. Catherine Powell.
So, I have to say I really listened, and I really must compliment because everybody's grammar was fantastic. I might have missed out something, but the tenses were right, the words, the adjectives, the nouns were in the right place. So there really wasn't much to correct. But there were just a few aspects. Julia, I think you said go ahead for your next speech. It just sounded a little bit strange.
I didn't do this thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but I also, there was also something nice about it because it's Julia's style, but just perhaps it was not quite, yeah.
Okay, get it.
Mina, I was surprised to hear you say 4 things. There you go. Just because it is Toastmasters, perhaps maybe just 4 aspects or 4, would have sounded a little bit better, but nothing serious. Julia, again, you said good audience connect. I think it could be good audience connection or good connection with your audience. Yeah. Okay. Paul, you said now she regretted a bit. Now, I think you were speaking about your wife, hey? So that would have been now she regrets it. Perhaps you could have said somewhat rather than a bit. It just sounded slightly childlike. Again, nothing serious. Julia, perhaps I heard wrong. Correct me if I did. But I just heard exceptional unity. Was it not exceptional unity?
It was exceptional.
Exceptional.
No, I wanted to say that, but I'm quite sure I said what you heard.
Yes. Okay. But that's also, Julia, it's part of your character when you say, I wondered whether you just threw that in as a new word, perhaps a new word that we can say Julia created.
Should I just said yes? Claim it.
Yes, yeah. Exceptional. That's quite an interesting word. When you said where I see me in 10 years, perhaps where I see myself.
What, shall we go in a separate room?
Okay, I promise I'm done with you now.
No.
Okay, I promise. Paul, you said, imagine if you receive. Sorry, I am an English teacher, so I'm probably a little bit over analytical here. A check for 50 million rand. I think just perhaps imagine if you receive would have sounded more emphatic. Then you said, Paul, it's very grateful to love your mum so much. I think you would say in English, I'm very grateful that you love your mum so much, or maybe even we're so grateful. Or perhaps it just sounded a bit strange. It's very grateful because normally a person is grateful. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So on to the good news. Eugene, when sorry, glasses on again. When end of the oh yeah, I love that expression. I haven't heard it for years. The wrong end of the stick. So great expression there to use. Very good one. Anna, I think you said my biggest takeaway, which was lovely. JP, you used some lovely expressions, tangled with and ignited by. So powerful. And good ones for others to remember. They might want to throw them in. I love the way, Andrea, you said, picture this. It was so awesome. Libby, obviously that phrase, what an honor, always goes down so well, in Toastmasters realm. So what an honor. I love the way, Libby, you said we could feel the atmosphere when you were speaking about Andrea's speech. And I know what you mean, that that really feeling the atmosphere. And you said it was like a heartbeat. Which was, should I go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Seeing your head.
Yeah. You said it was like a heartbeat. That was so lovely. And of course, make them possible is always so powerful. Tanisha, kick the bucket. I think it's always rather amusing way to kind of talk about death, to kick the bucket, you know, and give it a bit of humor and jazz it up a bit. Tabang, look like a drowned rat. I think I might have also used that expression. It's always very effective. You kind of picture that drowned rat. Julia, I love that expression you use to steal someone else's show. And you don't always do that, by the way.
Not always.
No, you don't. I think you're very conscious of people. Yeah. Somebody said, I can't see past my own nose. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name there. Me. Sorry. Yes. Anyway, you use that expression very well against yourself. And it is a lovely expression, but I'm sure you can see past your own nose. But it is kind of a powerful expression. And Paul, I'm sorry, the one you mentioned about guts, can you just tell us again? Was it a good expression? You said something about guts, and I thought, wow, that's a good expression.
So I know what I will say tomorrow.
Yes.
I forgot what I said in the past.
Yes. I apologize, I've forgotten that. But when you remember, perhaps you can put it on the WhatsApp group for us, because I've also forgotten. But it was a good expression that came out about. Would it spill your guts? Was that it? No,
no, definitely
not that one. No, something to do with guts that was very effective. So, yeah. So there were some great expressions, some adjectives, some great idioms, and yeah, the grammar and the standard of speaking and language was very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Always insightful to hear it from an English teacher. Takes it to another level. Thank you. So for all of you, it's come to the end for me as a Toastmaster for the evening. Thanks for giving me the time and the space to grow and to learn. That's what I'm here for. I've enjoyed it. I'm feeling calmer now, 1 hour, 2 hours later. And thank you for a lovely evening. We're going to end off now handing back to our wonderful president, who's going to close the evening for us. And then, but we would like to encourage you to stay afterwards and mingle socially if anyone has questions. But Justine will also fill you in with that. But thank you from me, and thank you. Take care.
We're so flawless. Thank you so much.
Well done, sir.
So well done. Thank you. Thank you. I had such a giggle when you said that your mom used to say that you were the shy girl. What are you going, Sally? Shy? No, there's no way. But I know when parents do that, they're like, oh, she's having a shy day. You know, it's like, she's not big shy. She's just not ready to use her words with you right now. But Sally, you found your words, so thank you so much. What a lovely evening. And I just want to say again to the Cullinan, no one's here, but to the Cullinan, we are so grateful for the beautiful, beautiful cake that they made for us, for the beautiful food that they give us every time. We are just so grateful. They really have been so kind to us. So thank you to the Cullinan. I will pass that on to Janice when I speak to her tomorrow. I just want to acknowledge our 2 icebreakers this evening, Anna and Eugene. Congratulations, your first speech is ticked. Amazing, well done. And really, really well spoken. So I really look forward to seeing how you're going to continue this growth in Toastmasters. And then to our other speakers, Andrea and JP, well done. Also flawless. You can see your confidence growing, JP, and Andrea just standing here as if you are a pro. So thank you so much to both of you. And then, of course, our evaluations are always about learning. So everyone gave us some information that we can take away. I think even for ourselves, just listening to the evaluations, there's always something that we can take home with us. I know I do each time. So thank you to the evaluators. And of course, all the role players that participated tonight. We had table topics, we had the table topics participants who spoke, were brave, took on the stage and spoke. to all the role players in the background, to the Exco for helping getting all of this set up, to everyone online for just showing up, and to everyone in this Toastmasters Club. You are very special and you really are one of a kind. So thank you very much to all of you. I'm going to do the awards now because I'm terrified I'm going to forget about them because I have that tendency. So I'm just quickly going to share the screen. And before we do the awards for Best Speaker and Best Evaluator and Best Table Topics, I'd like to just quickly acknowledge our, if you don't mind being photographer, our icebreakers. So we've got special little, I don't know what you call these, ribbons, special little ribbons for people that have completed their icebreaker. So Anna, please come up and get
Very good. It's so stylish.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if you're talking to Anna or me.
Double whammy.
And then Eugene, please come up for your item. We should have a loop in the back.
Yes.
Oh, they're in already.
Take the
coming out of the minute. It's very good. Eugene, congratulations.
They don't want the feet.
Oh, you don't want the feet?
She doesn't want the feet.
What?
The feet. Smile. Eugene, this is where it all began.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's all about being from above. So you don't get double chin. Okay. Tonight we have, I hope, can't see the screen now, but is Takalo, are you still online? I see.
Remember that you've hidden anybody that hasn't got their cameras on.
Yeah, he's here.
Ah, okay, great. Because it's going to be some time to shine for you. Okay, so please stay online. We want to acknowledge you. First. So we're going to just wing it. Have this evening, it was for the table topics a draw. I mean, I've kind of given you a hint as to one of the winners. So I'd like to please get everyone to the drum. Our first winner for table topics. Keep the drum roll going. Oh, you want to throw me on top. So hey, real blonde. First time speaking at ToastEd and you walk off with the prize. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to get the title in behind you.
Okay, where must we be?
Just a little bit more here. And another one.
Don't acknowledge you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Well done. Okay, and then this laptop. Next winner is. What was spelling your name right? What comes actually with the Kalu, I'm going to give this to Paul. I've got a special little ribbon for you and a certificate because you can then give it to him when you see him.
Okay, thank you very much.
I hope I spelled his name right. Others tell me. Oh, we'll just have to change it. Okay, thank you. Okay, next prize.
Well done, Takalo. Well done.
Okay, drum roll for the best evaluator. Olivia, I wrote you one, but I'll send it to you, a virtual one. And then we owe you a little ribbon when you come down next. So there's some motivation to come visit us. Okay, and then the moment we all been waiting for, we had lots of great speakers tonight, but we have a best speaker.
There, she's got his correct spelling for his name.
Oh, thank you. Andrea! We've got a few of these already.
Racking them up.
Congratulations.
I need you to a little bit to burn.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. And two, please. One more.
Thank you. Respectful audience. Thank you very much. No, showing him. Okay, thank you. Just wanted to get that done and dusted so we don't forget it. Okay, so some upcoming events. Our next in-person event is on the 1st of August. Oh, wow, October. Sorry, wrong month. 1st of October, and it is at the Cullinan, it is at the Southern Sun in Newlands. Unfortunately, we don't have any more meetings at the Cullinan. We are going to be October, November, December in Newlands. So please come and join us at Newlands. Ask them for more food. So we'll hopefully have a little bit more food than we did last time. And the theme for the 1st of October is courage. I think that's quite a great theme to think about if anyone wants to speak, if you want to take on a role, think about the courage that you're going to bring into the meeting. And then what?
And after the 1st of October, what's the next?
I'll have to just check with you.
First Tuesday.
Yeah, it's the first Tuesday of November and the first Tuesday of December. 3rd of December, I know that much. I think, whatever the first is. And then with regards to our meetings going forward next year, unfortunately, the Cullinan isn't sponsoring us membership here anymore. So we are looking for a new venue. There's we're in the talks with the Peninsula Hotel, which is in Sea Point. So it's still within this sort of vicinity, just a little bit further coastal way. And we're hoping to get a nice relationship and form a new relationship with them as of January. So I will keep you posted. It's been quite a challenging little episode to try and find what we have here and kind of like copy and paste it and put it somewhere else, because the Cullinan have been outstanding the whole entire time we've been here. So again, I just want to thank them. Right. And then I think, Sean, you have or Sally will send out the poll so everyone can please sign up for roles for October.
It really worked.
It worked really well. Yeah, thank you. Sign up for speeches, sign up for roles. Even if you put your name down a few times, then we can use it for the next few meetings.
And also when people call out, then Sean knows who to call next.
Yeah. Wow. So let's start with one. Sorry.
Just put a few down. When people fall away, Sean, so don't be afraid to tick all of them if you want, if you don't mind doing anything.
Yeah. If you
don't mind doing anything, just tick it all.
Tick it all. If someone falls away, then we can slot you in. Thank you. Sorry, Sean. Yeah, if anyone knows of venues that we could perhaps use that will provide, food would be great, because we don't, as an exco and as a club, really want to bring our own food in. We've done that before, and it's setting up tech and food is it's a bit much. So if we can try and find something else, that would be ideal. So if anyone knows of something, but we are hoping that the Peninsula pull through for us.
They are actually very helpful. I go there for other meetings as well, and they love to.
Do you deal with Chris?
I'm not dealing with anyone, but
okay.
Other organizations, and we have meetings, and I know that they're very interested in.
Yeah, they seem quite keen, and to have a similar where it's not going to affect our cost, because that's also
is the budget one, the budget that we currently pay now.
I'm not sure. It might have to go a little bit up, but I have said to them we are very mindful about costs that everyone is paying. And the one thing that might change is our meetings might start a little bit later, because they will need to use the conference rooms from the morning until evening-ish. So we might have to start our meetings, let's say 6:30. But I don't know those things yet. I need to meet with them first. But if you've got any suggestions, if you've got questions, please just pop me a message.
You just have to befriend managers of hotels.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have to involve them into Toastmasters. And then they say, yes, of course we can. Like it was here. Right?
Exactly. And then those managers leave, and then you're like, oh dear. Yeah. New managers. Great. Thank you, everybody. I want to just quickly take some time to check in with our guests. I think we've just got Ruth online. Ruth, I know you joined in a little bit later, but would you like to just tell us how you found this evening and taking part in table topics? Or Takalu was taking part in table topics.
So thank you. And thank you, Paul, for the invitation. So I think this is such a beautiful moment for my son, even for me. Being in corporate, we make all these silly mistakes when we talk in front of people, or how we just convey messages. So here, as a mother, I have got intentions, obviously. I want my son to not make the same mistake that I've made later in my career. So if he can learn now the art of communication, that's the end goal for me. And I think he's quite sharp. He's interested.
Oh, sweet. That's amazing. And getting him while he's young, that's fabulous. And he really likes to speak and has no problem speaking in front of people. So that's amazing. Thank you,
Correct.
Ruth. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, then I'm going to go. Jason, you're up first. What is your takeaway from this evening? So many.
Unity.
Unity.
I think, yeah, the definition that JP shared is quite powerful.
Okay, fabulous. Are we going to see you again?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks so much for being Dad, how was your evening with us this evening?
Actually, I learned lots, and I think I improved my listening.
Yes.
And I thought in the beginning it will be boring, yeah, because I don't like to attend this kind of meeting. But really, I enjoyed with you here, and I didn't do speech today, but I think in the next time I will do my speech.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And Namrata, well done. You stood up and did your table topics. Got some things to think about. How we would spend 50 million.
No,
I think we all need to think about that.
Exactly that. It was awesome. It's so nice to be in a room that's so diverse and where there's so many perspectives are shared. I'm definitely gonna come back. And thanks to everybody for being here and for having me too.
Thank you. Well, thank you for supporting your friend on this icebreaker evening. Amazing. Leila, how have you found this evening? Are you ready to do your next presentation at work?
Yeah, I thought everyone was very inspirational, very friendly, and I did get more comfortable with how the events ended. Yeah, I think there really is an art to communication more that I'm learning, and yeah, it's really good space to learn that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Will we see you again?
I will see where you land.
Okay.
I would like to.
Okay. Thank you so much. And to our online, Libby, the only one online. Mina's left us. Shame, it's late for her. But thanks for being with us, Libby. Thank you for your beautiful evaluation. I'll send you your certificate. And to everyone in person, please do hang around, chat, mingle. If you've got questions, come ask us any questions. If you want to know anything, we are here to answer questions. And I love you all, and I'll see you on the 1st of October. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, Libby.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Justine. Thank you, everybody.